Hello, today we will start with Act 4 of Julius Caesar. So we are on scene 1 where Antony, Octavius, and Lepidus are speaking to each other. So in Rome, there is a state of great unrest because Caesar has been assassinated and various people are trying to take over the role of head of state. So here we have three of them: Antony, Octavius, and Lepidus. So Antony says, "These many then shall die, their names are pricked." So Mark Antony has a list of senators, list of important people in Rome, and he's going to mark off the names of a few of these people, and they will be executed because in the condition in which Rome is at that time, any person who is thought to be an enemy of the state shall be executed. Whoever whoever presents any danger to any of the leaders shall be removed. So Antony says that looks at the list and says that the the names of so many senators are marked to be executed. Octavius says, "Your brother too must die. Consent you, Lepidus." So Octavius Caesar says, asks Lepidus that his brother, that is Lepidus's brother, must die. Lepidus says, "I do consent." So he agrees to having his brother executed. Now, this is because power. Power is what is being sought by the three of these leaders. That is, Antony, Octavius, and Lepidus are seeking absolute power in Rome. So, anyone, including close relatives, close family members, shall be executed. So, Lepidus says that he agrees to have his brother executed because he poses a danger. Octavius, prick him down, Mark Antony. So Octavius says, mark him down, Antony. Lepidus, upon condition Publius shall not live, who is your sister's son, Mark Antony. So Mark Antony's sister's son, Publius, Mark Antony's nephew, shall be executed. On that condition will Lepidus's brother be executed. So Antony, he shall not live. So Antony says that even his own sister's son shall die. Look, with a spot I damn. So he marks Publius's name, and that will signal the end of Publius. But Lepidus, go you to Caesar's house, fetch the will hither, and we shall determine how to cut off some charge in legacies. So Antony tells Lepidus to go to Caesar's house and bring the will of Caesar, Caesar's will there, and they shall determine how to, uh, you know, decrease the expenses of Caesar's will. So how they can, you know, decrease the amount to be disbursed by the treasury of Rome by them. Lepidus, what shall I find you here? So Lepidus asks, if when he returns from Caesar's house, will he find Antony and Octavius there? Octavius says, or here or at the Capitol. They'll be either there or at the Capitol. Capitol is the Senate House, the House of Parliament. Lepidus exits. Antony, this is a slight, unmeritable man, meet to be sent on errands. Is it fit the threefold world divided he should stand one of the three to share it? So Antony says to Octavius that Lepidus is a very small, insignificant man, and he is only suited to be sent on errands, to be bidden to go here and get that or get this. So he asks Octavius, if the threefold world, if Rome is divided into three between Octavius, Antony, and Lepidus, if Rome is divided into three, is it fit, is it suitable that he should stand one of the three to share it? So should he stand, should he receive a third of Rome as his portion? Octavius, so you taught him and took his voice who should be pricked to die in a black sentence and proscription. So Octavius says Antony had thought that Lepidus was suitable. Lepidus should have been executed, but Antony thought that he should become one of the three leaders. The three leaders were called the Triumvirate. Tri means three, Virat means king, Triumvirate. So now Antony says, Octavius, I have seen more days than you, and though we lay these honors on this man, to ease ourselves of divers slanderous loads, he shall but bear them as the ass bears gold, to groan and sweat under the business, either led or driven as we point the way. So Antony says that he's seen more days than Octavius, that is, he's older than Octavius, and he says that though they lay honors on Lepidus, they lay these honors so that they can be unburdened, they can lessen their load by giving Lepidus the responsibility to carry out tasks, and Lepidus shall carry out the task. He shall carry out he shall carry out the task as the ass bears gold. So just as the ass doesn't have any idea of what gold is that it's carrying, the gold that it is carrying, how valuable it is, so Lepidus will discharge his task and he will groan and sweat under the. So he will really toil to carry out the task, and he will be either led or driven. So he they will either guide him or drive him to do those tasks as they point the way, as they think fit. Lepidus shall carry out the task, he shall do all the hard work, and having brought our treasure where we will, then take we down his load and turn him off like to the empty ass, to shake his ears and graze in commons. So he says that with Lepidus's work, they can bring their treasure where they will. So they can do what they want, get what they want, and then after he's performed all his duties, they take down his load and turn him off, just as a horse which is too old to carry a rider or to draw a carriage. Just as when a horse gets too old, they turn him out into the commons. Commons are the grasslands. So they'll shake him, give him pasture. So after Lepidus has done all the work, they'll just uh, they'll just drive him out, and like he'll be like an ass which just does the work. Octavius, you may do your will, but he is a tried and valiant soldier. So Octavius says that Antony may do as he wants, but Octavius says that Lepidus is a tried and valiant, so he is a brave soldier who's been tried in battle. Antony, so is my horse Octavius, and for that I do appoint him a store of provender. So Antony says even his horse is a veteran of many battles, and because he served Antony so well, Antony gives him some provender. Provender is some oats, something to eat. Horse's food is called provender. It is a creature that I teach to fight, to wind, to stop, to run directly on. His corporal motion governed by my spirit. So Antony describes his horse. He teaches his horse to wind, to turn about, to stop, to run directly on, and the corporal motion, that is, the physical motions of the horse, are governed by Antony's spirit, by what Antony wants to do. and in some taste is Lepidus but so. So similarly, Lepidus is like a horse or an ass, and they should guide him, they should drive him to do what they want, to get what they want, and after they get what they want, after Lepidus has carried out the task, they should drive him to the commons. And he must be taught to and trained and bid go forth, a barren spirited fellow, one that feeds on objects, arts and imitations, which out of use and staled by other men begin his fashion. So Lepidus must be taught and trained and told to go forth, and Lepidus is barren spirited. That is, he doesn't have a will of his own, he doesn't have a mind of his own. Lepidus is one who is distracted by mirrors, objects, arts, and imitations. And these are used by other men, and after they've been used by other men, Lepidus finds them interesting. Do not talk of him but as a property. So Antony tells Octavius not to talk of Lepidus but as a property. Just as we can do what we want with anything we own, Lepidus is their property. And now Octavius, listen, great things. So Octavius now, Antony then tells Octavius of something else which is great in Rome. Brutus and Cassius are levying powers. So Brutus and Cassius are forming armies. We must straight make head. So they must gather their forces. Therefore, let our alliance be combined. So let the armies of Antony and Octavius be combined to face the armies of Brutus and Cassius. Our best friends made, our means stretched. So let them form the alliances, let them come to their agreements, and whatever means they have, let them be stretched, let them be used to the utmost efficiency. And let us presently go sit in council how covert matters may best be disclosed in open peril's surest answer. So, and Antony tells Octavius that they should soon go and debate, discuss how secret, how covert matters may be revealed, and how the dangers which they're going to face may be faced surely. Octavius, let us do so, for we are at the stake and weighed about with many enemies. So Octavius says that they are tied to a stake, they are tied to a piece of wood, and dogs are attacking them. The dogs are baying, howling, and many enemies come in search of Antony and Octavius because it is a state of unrest, great unrest in Rome. And Octavius says, and some that smile have in their hearts, I fear, millions of mischiefs. So some people who openly smile have in their hearts a lot of mischief that they intend to do, a lot of malicious intentions. They have a lot of intentions to do evil to anyone and everyone. Such is the state of Rome at that time after Caesar's assassination.